welcome back to my channel. I miss you guys so much. I feel like it's been a minute since we've sat down and talked and just caught up. How are you doing? How was your holiday? How was your Christmas? Or if you celebrate Christmas or celebrate anything else. And how was your new year? As I'm filming this right now, it is currently January 3rd, so my new year just started. And if I'm being honest, I'm not a New Year's person, but I wanted to really kind of just embrace this new year by being more positive and actually reflecting on my past year and just kind of seeing all the things that happened within the past year. And you don't even realize how fast a year goes by and how much happened in the year. I did meet certain goals that I wanted to, looking at my old reflections and then looking at what I wanted, what I fulfilled. Okay, so my old resolutions, I fulfilled some of them, but some of them I did not. And one of them is my channel. I have not really been posting consistently. As if you're around my channel, you can probably tell I haven't really been posting consistently. I'm really disappointed in myself, and it's not because of anything bad. It's just I kind of got lazy about my content, to be honest. And I mean honestly, one huge thing was that I got really focused on my new role at work. After I got that promotion, I kind of just focused on that role, and then so I wasn't really, I didn't have I don't know if I had I just didn't have brain energy to put towards my content as much anymore. And obviously I don't have as much off days as I used to in my last role. My last role, we have something called voluntary time off, and so sometimes if we want to take the day off, we could. They just give it out. But here in my new role, they don't really offer that. So I am working normal 5 days a week, and which I'm really grateful for. I'm beyond grateful for, and I don't want that to ever end. But that just means my free time is not really free time. And if you don't know me, I am also a mom. So of course, that's gonna come first, always, and first and foremost. So when I get off of work, I don't really feel I have a lot of time to film or edit, and I haven't been reading as much. I honestly just read at night, and that is mainly when I'm just trying to wind down and go to bed. So that's kind of the reason why I haven't been really good about my content lately. I just feel does anybody want to watch it when I'm not really reading? Because obviously this is a booktube channel. But anyways, I don't know why I'm rambling. I just kind of want to explain that real quick, because I wanted this video to be a check-in for the new year and a documented journal entry of goals I want for this year and what I want for this channel. And yeah, I really want to implement that. I hope I don't say that and then I post the next video 3 months from now, but I do want to kind of talk about bookish goals, channel goals, reflect on my past year, kind of make this a little new year video. So if you guys are interested, this can be a really chatty video. And yeah, so also I have a really greasy face. I did do a bike ride right before this, and yeah, so I look like the SpongeBob when he was hi, I'm normal. I look like him right now. Oh my gosh, I missed you so much. I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's well, your loved ones are well. I hope your pets are well. Yeah, it's just been a long time since I actually sat down and talked to you guys, and I really miss this so much. I also hope that my sound quality is good. I got this little mic. I got this little mic for my birthday from my lovely boyfriend, which I'm so grateful for. I'm beyond, I feel super spoiled by getting one, but I haven't been able to obviously do any videos recently where I'm kind of using it, and I am excited to kind of do my first video with it. So I hope it sounds good. I hope the quality, I hope it's picking up, but I guess I won't know till I edit it. So I'm learning, but I'm excited. I'm really excited to have this mic. And yeah, so let's just dive right into it and talk about what I didn't fulfill last year with this channel and what I would like to look forward to coming up for the new year. And I want this to be a documented resolution goals, not just a resolution, but a goal for this year. So without further ado, let's get started. Also, if you're new here, my name is Sunny, and I like to create bookish content videos. So a lot of times my favorite videos are actually reading vlogs. I am trying to get more on board with chatty sit-down videos, but I do sometimes do little sit-down videos. I mean, I used to, but I'll do wrap-ups, favorites, recommendations, just anything bookish related. I'm also a mom and a pet mom. I have a bunch of pets, and yeah, so I do work full-time as well as wanting to make this my other job as well. I think that's it. I'm a Libra, birthday September 30th. I don't know what else to say. I'm Leo something, rising moon Aries, I'm not sure. But yeah, Anyways, let's just get started this video. Okay, so I was looking at, like, I wrote down in my agenda that I put next to my desk every day, and I wrote down resolutions for what I wanted for this new year. One of my resolutions I had was for this channel, and I really wanted this channel to grow. I wanted to also just like put out more content in this channel and like try to make this like my main focus like I did when I first started YouTube, which don't get me wrong, like I have not like lost my love for this channel. Like I love my booktube channel. I always constantly think about you and like just hope that you're doing good, hope that you guys are still around and you still stayed by my side even if like I haven't posted consistently. But I was kind of looking and I'm like, yeah, I have not been posting consistently, and my new goal for this year is to I want to pre-record videos, because I've noticed that when I have done that before when I first started my channel, that really helped with my consistency, and then just like also filming reading vlogs on top of it. And it just also, like, if I'm being honest, having a booktube channel really helps me like focus on like reading new books. Like I'll find like new reading challenges. Honestly, if it wasn't for booktube, I probably would have never partook in the readathons. So like partaking in like G's magical book roast readathon, which I did kind of partake in the winter one, and then I kind of just fell off of it for a little bit, but I can like talk about that in like one of my other videos. But I did partake in that one, and honestly just like kind of being more like present in the booktube community. So like reaching out to other booktubers, just being there, watching their videos, because I've been really like not good about watching a lot of videos. I've been watching videos no matter what, but like I'm behind on bookish content, if that makes sense. Like I haven't been watching a lot of like bookish based videos, more like lifestyle videos and, you know, things like that. So I think that's like a goal of mine this year, is that I want to like really fall back into like that consistent schedule. So that also means like pre-filming videos, doing more sit-down videos. I want to, last year I think I was trying to focus more on like quality books. I'm not trying to focus on quantity this year still. I really like focusing on quality, but I want to try to do more like reading challenges. Like I want to do like for example, if there's a time when I'm not finding any 5-star reads, I want to do like a challenge, like trying, this video would end when I find a 5-star read, or let's finish this series, because there's a lot of series I have not started or finished. I really want to start reading Cassandra Clare's books, because I feel like that's actually been a goal of mine ever since I started booktube. Never got around to that, so that's another major goal. But my biggest one is I wanted us to get past the 1,000 subscribers threshold. And it's not just about subscribers, but I do want my channel to be like a spot for like other people to know, like I just want this to be like a relatable comfort channel for people. And like I just want people to even know about this channel, to like where they can come here if they need to find comfort. Like some of my favorite booktubers, I will watch anything they post, and it doesn't have to be like I'm into the same books as them. Like some of the booktubers I watch, I am not into the same books as they are, but I love watching their content because it's just, they're my comfort booktubers, and like I will find like a lot of other things relatable to them, whether it's like their lifestyle or anything like that. Like I just love watching their content. It's like comforting to me, and I want to be that for a lot of people, you know. Like I want to be able to be that channel, and I feel like we were so close. We were at 700 and then I just stopped, and I stopped being consistent, and I do know that's like my fault, but I would like this to be like one of my main focuses in this new year, because I really feel like we can grow our community, and that's like the biggest thing, is I want to grow our little booktube community that we have. And I want to feel more involved with you. Like I want to be able to like ask questions. I want to get questions. I want to kind of just like see what kind of videos you would like to see, and then record those type of videos, not just like the videos I decided to record. I want to just kind of like, you know, be more present on this channel. Also kind of like branch out on the books I read. Like I feel like when I look back, so honestly, I think I was reflecting on, I think I only read like 35, 36 books according to Goodreads, and to be honest, I feel like that's kind of little. Like, I mean, I don't know if that's little. It's a lot more than I ever thought it could be, considering like how I feel like as being a full-time mom and working full-time. But I mean, as being like obviously a mom and working full-time, but I would like to read more, and I'm not trying to make it just about quantity, but I do want to kind of just dive into like more books and try to pick up more books. And I don't know, I want to make reading like my motivation again. I feel like if I reflect on the past year and I looked at the books that I have read on Goodreads, even though I was really focusing on quality this year, I don't feel like I had a lot of amazing books. But there are some books that I definitely want to talk about, but that's like another thing. I would just want to be able to find like some really, really good books that they're like life-changing for me. That's like one huge thing I want to do. Like I obviously want to like be more present. I want to film more consistently. I really feel like we can grow our little community. I really feel like we were so close to getting to that 1,000, and then like I blame myself because I did not stay consistent. I honestly kind of fell off of it for a while, and I also just really want to be more present. Like I'm thinking about creating like an Instagram for this page just so I can talk to you guys more and like kind of post like more daily things. Obviously like YouTube, you have to like edit it, post it on there, but like something more on Instagram so it's more like live and present, if that makes sense. And so I'm thinking about like trying to like dabble into that. I'm not sure though because I'm not like a big Instagram person. So yeah, that's like one thing I've been kind of considering. And I think another thing, as I'm sitting here, I'm like thinking about all these goals, I really, really want to kind of update my reading journal a lot more. Like I kind of want to just like, if I have a favorite book, I want to make like more pages dedicated to it. I really want to just play with my reading journal a lot more this year. So those are like my channel bookish goals. And as for like reads, like reading, I want to kind of pick up a little bit more bigger books this year. And I kind of want to pick up at least a couple classics. I really want to try reading Wuthering Heights, and I really want to try reading Little Women. I know those are like classics, but I really want to try reading them. I feel kind of left out that I haven't. So those are like two classics I kind of want to try picking up. I don't know if it's going to happen because like sometimes I say that and I'm like, classics are kind of hard for me to get through. I'm sure it's kind of hard for actually a lot of people. I think that's like something I really want to kind of focus on more. I have the Inferno Devices and I've been wanting to read them. I keep thinking like, oh, I need to wait for a perfect time, but I just want to read them. I just want to get it started. And so that's like something I'm like really debating on, like dabbling in. Now I kind of just want to jump into some of the books I did read this past year and I kind of fell in love with them. I'm not going to go like super in depth and do like major reviews on them. I kind of just want to like, I always say this, but I want to like just gush over them and kind of just talk about it. So I do have my phone here, so I am going to be using it to kind of like look up all the past books I've read on Goodreads. So I hope you don't mind, I'm going to be looking at my phone, but let's just like kind of look at some of the books I have read this past year that I thoroughly enjoyed. And if I'm being honest, one of my most favorite books I read this past year that it's like one of my, I think it's going to become a personality trait for me. Like if I were to die, I want this book buried on my grave so I can just read it whenever I want. And it is Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I fell in love with these characters, and okay, like as I'm filming this, Stranger Things, the finale just ended, and if I had to read a book that kind of like gave me that feeling, this is exactly like the feeling that like that series and this book can give me. Like I just feel so attached to these like characters, like everything they went through. I felt like an emotional pull on like their past, their present, and the whole story. Like Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow, you're kind of following, I think his name is Sam, and then I'm trying to think her name, Sam and Sadie. So they're like two game designers. Like they have grown up together. You can have like a start scene and it kind of wraps up throughout everything to like understand where that point got to. And I love full circle stories like that. Like I love stories that have like full circle moments, and I think that's also like a major win for me in this one. But Sam and Sadie, they are just two friends that have grown up together, got through so many different stages of life together, and they develop games, and you're kind of following this coming of age story and like everything that they're going through. And it's just one of those stories where it's just not what you expect. I do have to say that there are some triggers in this story, so make sure you kind of look at those before you start to read it. But I fell in love with the story. Like I feel like each character is so elaborate that I'm attached to all the characters. Even like the little side characters I'm attached to. I think the representation is just absolutely beautiful. It's just one of those like stories that just felt so inclusive and felt so like, I felt so attached to these people. I just love this story. It was so good. I don't want to like say anything and spoil it, but it's just one of those stories where you just follow along as they age and you kind of learn more about them as the story unfolds. And I love stories like that. Like I just think this is like such a beautiful story. Yeah, So that was one of my most favorite books of 2025. Another one that I did really enjoy is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and I feel like I am super behind on this book because it's pretty old. It's been around for a very long time and I've had it on my shelf forever. This one's kind of like following, it's like kind of like mixed like Caraval with The Greatest Showman. It's like that type of vibe. Like it's a really mysterious circus that only appears for certain people, and you just get all these like intricate, like elaborate characters that are part of this circus. There's 2 circus members that just have, I don't want to like spoil it, but they have something special about them and their stories kind of align somehow and like kind of mesh together. And it's just like such a sweet, the story's like actually a really sweet romance, and in a way it's like kind of like an eerie, confusing romance, but it was so abstract and so fun that I enjoyed it so much. Like it didn't have to make a lot of sense, but it was one of the stories that I kind of like that it didn't make a lot of sense. So that was like one of my other favorites. I just feel like that one, if I were to make a reading journal page, I would dedicate something for that one because it just feels so, and tomorrow. But that's just like one of those stories that just feels like you can definitely make a theme out of it. Like it was just really good. So that was my second one I really enjoyed. Another one I really enjoyed this year was called A Grim Reaper's Guide to Catching a Killer by Maxi Dara. I actually read this for one of the prompts for the Magical Readathon, and it is so like, it's like a cozy mystery thriller. And so you're following the main protagonist. Her name's Kathy. She is in her 40s or mid-40s, mid-divorce and pregnant with what is her ex's baby. This is all literally in the synopsis, but she's currently employed as a Grim Reaper. In this like department of these Grim Reapers, they all have like work in different areas. Like some work in like natural deaths, some work in like trauma deaths, some work in like murders. She works in a different area, which I think hers is more like natural deaths, I believe. I'm not for sure about that. But she is there to like reap one of the souls. It's like one of her assigned duties. It turns out it's this kid, like this really young kid, and he is really like adamant that he was murdered. It's pretty much her unraveling and helping him out and try to find out who murdered him, if he was murdered, and if they don't ever, these souls, if they don't ever find what they're looking for, they're like stuck on Earth, like as ghosts. So their whole point is to try to get them over and to get them out of what they need to do, and then to be reaped. And it's just such an interesting concept, and it was actually like really humorous. It was like one of those like comedic thrillers, and I actually genuinely found it funny, and the characters were all really interesting, like laid back type of cozy mystery, and I really enjoyed the story. I actually feel like the characters and the ending was kind of really kind and sweet, and like it's just really cool just to see how everything like unfolded, and you really wanted to know like what happened to this kid because he's just like some kid, like. So I really enjoyed it. I really thought what the author did was really cool by creating this whole concept of it, like a Grim Reaper working like an office setting, almost like it's a department. So that was really cool. If you haven't read that one, and I believe that there's other ones in that series, so if you haven't read that, I would definitely recommend that as like one of your TBRs for this year. And then lastly, a book I'm gonna actually talk about that I feel like was pretty memorable. It's called The Night of Many Endings by Melissa Payne. And this story actually was just like a book I had on my Kindle that if I didn't know what to read and I was somewhere I just need to read something, I would pick up this book. And so this book, honestly, I started it like years ago. I just finished it in 2025, but I am still going to include it because I did finish it this year. But it was a book I literally started and just like put down, not because I didn't like it, but because it wasn't something that I was trying to read. The concept of it sounded interesting, but when I finished the story, I'm like, this is a really good book. You're following all these different characters from different backgrounds, different pasts, and they get trapped into a library during like a really crazy blizzard snowstorm. You're kind of just like following the lives of like these very different people. They all have their own little backstory. So if like you're the type of person you don't like hearing different characters and learn about that backstory, like I'm gonna be honest, there were certain characters in this book that I didn't favor. Like they weren't my cup of tea, but as I read the story, I just really liked how they kind of all like became somewhat relatable no matter how different they were and everything they like went through. It's just like one of those, like, I wouldn't say it's like a feel-good story, but it's one of those like stories where there's an outcome that you want for these characters, and that's like the whole goal of like, you're just kind of reading about these characters, and like they're all kind of trapped during this snowstorm. So they're like stuck in a library together. I thought the concept of it sounded really cool because you're like trapped in a library. Yeah, it was like, as I started it, I thought it was really interesting because there was a character that I really wanted to know his story. His was like pretty low at one point for him. Like it just was really hard for him, and I wanted to see like how his outcome was going to be. So his was like the main motivator for me to finish the story. But I do have to admit, it was one of those stories that it just provided like a sense of like humanity, and like realizing like everybody is going through so many different things. Everybody has way different lives. People make certain choices that we would just never understand. Maybe we could never relate to as well, but you still kind of see them as, no matter what, they're still human. Everybody can like always either turn back around or not, but it's just like a perspective of like understanding someone on a more psychological level. So it's just like one of those stories that I really enjoyed. It's just a story that I kind of like picking up, and when I did read it, I was like, this is really good. I don't know why I didn't just like finish it, but that was one book I really did enjoy this year. But yeah, those are my favorite books I read this year. Okay, and lastly, I wanted to actually kind of do like a little show you everything in my reading journal. I did not do a lot of journal entries this year, but I did do some. So I do want to wrap up and show you guys what I did in my reading journal this year, because I do kind of like some of the pages I put in there. Just to let you know, I filled out some of these, but I never really like ended up filling out some of them, if that makes sense. Like needed to kind of still finish adding some pictures for some things and things like that. So like I didn't fill out some of it, but I just want to show you what I had for this year, like kind of like a flip through. So if we're starting from 2025, it looks like I did a spring equinox for the readathon for G from Book Roast, and this is like one of my pages I did. So I kind of put like my goals right here. I'm not a fan of that. But yeah, as you can see, I kind of put like some of the book titles, ratings, the genre. I didn't print out the book covers yet, so I do need to do that. That's one of my pages. Let's check here. I actually really like this page. So this is like a book tracker section. I put the books right here. I actually really like when I print out the big pictures of these. I just think, I don't know, colored title pages just look so much more nicer to me. I don't know why I don't do them often, but I really should. And then this is my other page. So I print out, this is what my character looked like on the Magical Readathon, and all her like prompts, the class she's in, the world she's from, the career choice I was going for, kind of explaining what she's doing. And then here's the syllabus of everything that my character was doing. And all these like scrolls are made from G from Book Roast. So you can find a lot through her links and her page. And I love printing them out and putting them in journals. Like she does an amazing job, her and Logan. This is another one. I really liked it. And this is like a leftover Harry Potter card I had. So I used it, and I actually put my syllabus in this. So I put all the classes with the grades on them that they should have been. Kind of like your acceptance letter kind of style. So I do like that actually. I feel like that was pretty fun to do that. And then this one is just, I think this one as well is, oh, I forgot to say like these like kind of, this one's actually from the autumn equinox. So this is like not the spring one obviously. So this is the autumn one. And then these are like all the books I've done, the ratings, like little things I wrote about it. I like this one. And I did get like a tiny little printer from Amazon that was like really, really cheap. I think it was like under $10 that just prints like little black and white. So nothing fancy, but it's like a sticker type of print. So I kind of like that. If I just need it to be quick, it's perfect. This is my book tracker for the autumn equinox. And as you can see, I didn't fill it out. But honestly, like when I look at this, I really like just looking at these pages that I did. Okay, this one I did recently. I haven't really talked about it. I'm not a fan, but these are the only books I read in November. 2 books. And even then, I think this one, actually, yeah. I think this one I like literally finished in this pretty much the end of December. But this is my November page. I wasn't a fan of it, but I felt like doing my bullet journal one day, and I'm like, every time I get this drive to do something creative, I want to take action on it, because I forgot where I heard this from or read it from, but it said like, if you have a feeling of anything, you need to take action on it because that feeling could go away. And so I'd always try to take action on it. And this one I need to fill out, but this is my December reads. I actually really like this one. I did this one not that long ago and I really enjoy it. Like, and these stickers are like kind of like 3D like textured stickers. So those are the entries I have for my reading journal so far. But this year I really do want to try to like make it a goal to kind of fill it out more, just add more things to it, and just make it include it a lot more with my reading. I just feel like it's a nice way to kind of keep track of like the books you've read, and I don't know, something about it just makes me more motivated to read. I just feel like it's just really fun, honestly. Like, I feel like it's a fun way to express your hobby, and I think having a bullet journal is honestly really fun. And I actually got this bullet journal from Notebook Therapy. They have like the cutest stuff. So if you're like into stationery, or you know someone who's into stationery, they have the cutest things. Like, this could be a gift idea for yourself or for anybody you love. It's way past Christmas right now, but I honestly, I want to get more stuff by them, but I'm not going to do it because obviously I need to fill this bullet journal out. But they have a lot of cute journals and I've subscribed to them. I think they even give you like free printable like prints that you can just get from their website and like print out. So I'm actually like print out some of those like monthly calendar prints that they kind of like give in our emails, and then just kind of put them in here and try to keep track of like certain things. But I really just want to continue making this one of my other hobbies because I love getting stationery, and I love that where I live there's a lot of like cute little stationery local shops. Like, there's cute stores, and I'm like, I can definitely put those stickers to use and kind of make it like somewhat of like a junk journal too. Like, sometimes when I find little things, I'm like, oh, I could probably put that in my journal, and I kind of want to do that with my reading and find like a use for it. So that's my reading journal that I filled out for this year. I know it's not a lot, but I still wanted to show you guys anyways. But yeah, that's probably gonna be it for this video. I've been talking for about 30 minutes, like half an hour, and I do want to say I am sorry if this video is not organized whatsoever. It's me just like literally rambling, probably repeating myself a billion times and just having no structure to the video, but I really just wanted to like get back into like sitting down and just talking to you guys and just being really chatty. I also just really wanted to find an excuse to use this little tiny mic for the first time. So I hope you guys liked it. And if you're watching this and you finished Stranger Things, are you guys depressed? Like, I am so depressed right now because it's over. I just feel, and what's crazy is I've been watching like all these reels about like Stranger Things, and it's making me feel 10 times more sad. But there was one that I saw, and she was a therapist, and she was talking about how it's normal to grieve over a show being over, because I feel like I'm kind of grieving over these characters because the show's over, like as if I was a part of their friend group. And I think one thing about me is that I'm like really huge on nostalgia. Like, I've always been like that since I was younger. I've always been like so obsessed with like feeling nostalgic or being nostalgic and reminiscing, or even like I've had this thing before where it's like you miss something that you've never experienced. And I think there's a word for it actually. Yeah, I'm feeling really like Stranger Things blues. And it doesn't help that it's everywhere right now. And so I'm constantly getting reminders and like hearing the music. It just makes me just kind of emotional because the whole series is over. But I know like the show needed to end. And it's like one of those shows, and I've had this with books too, where I don't know if the ending really gave me everything I wanted, but I feel like it's one of those like where I watched it at first and I was like, I don't know how I feel about the ending, but then as like time goes on and like settles, I'm like, I feel like that was a good ending. Like, I feel like it was an ending that it was needed, and I feel like maybe I'm like looking into it way too deeply, but I feel like the directors and the Duffer Brothers, like they like really put a lot of logic into the psychological issues that some people had throughout the story. And I'm obviously not going to talk about it because I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but like the way they handled certain things, and I'm like, okay, that was a healthy way to handle it. But anyways, I can probably talk about this in another video if you guys want, but I am honestly like really emotional that the show's over, and I really want to find a book that kind of gives me that feeling. So that's like my next mission. Because I feel like the only other book I can think of that kind of gives me that feeling is Tomorrow, because when that book finished, I felt really sad. And I have not felt like that for a book, I don't think ever. I don't know, that was one of those books where it really made me feel like I was so attached and so sad that it was over. I'm probably gonna let you guys go because I've been talking forever, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you have not yet, please Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really do want to see you part of this community, and I hope you stay. I hope you enjoyed your stay. And yeah, I'm hoping that this year brings us to a lot more on this channel, a lot more opportunities, a lot more presentness, to be more present. And hopefully we find some really good books this year. That's like one of my biggest goals. So I can't wait to see what the journey brings for our new year. And I hope you have an amazing year, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.